I'm not dumb enough, I'm not stupid enough to attack the Catholic Church, but I can attack the doctrine, right? I can attack the teachings. I can attack the teachings. Do you realize that almost all the cults came from that Hydra, multi-headed snake, The Hydra snake came from... Think about it. Rome, the Roman Catholic Church, Rome. So when Jesus pretty much came on the scene and destroyed everything, they saw a money-making movement, so they had to jump on the bandwagon, didn't they? They had to jump on the bandwagon. It's always about money, right? People getting saved, born again, left and right. Think about the snake. The Hydra snake went all the way back to Genesis 3. And the devil saw the prophecy of Jesus in Genesis 3:16 or 3:14 somewhere. His heel shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. The prophecy of the snake, the prophecy of Jesus made the snake mad. And so that same fractal is in whether it was in Egypt, the magician priest class threw the snake down, it turned into threw the pole down, turns into a snake. The Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, the music, poppy. See, and it always turns into a sex cult. The sex cult, I just woke up, so I'm talking fun. The sex cult is in all of them. I had a preacher friend, he said, these cults turn into sex cult. I said, yeah, that makes sense. Makes total sense. It's a sex cult. All of them. Remember the Church of God? Is that what it was called or something? And they sent out those women to be evangelists for their church. And the Mormon ads today, instead of putting those two guys out there, on their bicycle on the ad, they show us two good-looking young women on there. It's always, they draw people in as a sex cult. I don't care which religion it is. I don't care if it's the Mormons, the Pentecostal. Think about the Pentecostal. Man. It's hard to cut somebody off till you see what kind of cult they're promoting. And once you see which cult they're promoting, it's easy because you saw it as a game the whole time. And at first back in the day, you would get mad, but I've been through this so many times where it was the Pentecostal cult at one time. They want you to be in the Pentecostal cult. Then it was the Catholic cult, and now you know why they want the borders open. The Catholic, look, Ireland, the Protestants and Catholics fought in Ireland. It's still happening everywhere. The only difference is it's civilized and it's using cultic methods. Why do they use even the witches? Why the Catholics created witchcraft? The Catholics created Pentecostals. The Catholics create all the cults. The Roman Catholic Church. They're all derivatives from that church. Man, it's sad. And once they get so tied into a cult, you can't hardly save them. You can't get them saved, that is. Jesus saves, but you can't get them saved. So they're so caught up in it. It's really sad. You can say, hey, it's faith alone and Jesus alone. And half the time they're being coached. They're being coached to say something. What do you think all the catfishing online is to indoctrinate people into a cult. And it's usually the Catholic cult. They just want you away from the truth that Jesus alone saves, and it's faith alone in the finished work of Christ. I could talk about this one for the next 6 months, but I promise you, every cult goes back to Babylon, and they're all just the multi-heads of the Hydra snake, or whatever they call that snake. It's got many heads. And I could actually do a AI search on this and probably explain it way better than I could ever talk about it. Because all you have to do is go back to Genesis and look at what happened. And you look at the Roman Empire and look what happened. Rome has 10 toes. The Roman Empire split to 10 toes. And all those 10 toes are going to have cults. All those 10 toes are going to have cults. Cultic. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. I just woke up. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm in a daze. I'm dizzy. Seeing how big this. Oh Lord! You either cry or you laugh. It's finished. If you're saved, they don't care. They think they can pull you in. Even if you know your Bible, they don't care. They think they can pull you into the cult. It's real. They don't give up either. They never stop. Wally Cody never stops. I forget the name of that cult, but they got caught where they sent the women out and they would pull men into the cult with the female prostitution, temple prostitution. I mean, it was going on. Even Israel got infiltrated. It's always been. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. I don't know if they have a class. I don't know if they have a class or it's just that same spirit, this spirit, cult spirit 101. The same spirit runs them all. Yeah, I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to sew. I know how to be a helpmeet suitable. I'm on your team. And then it flips. The script flips, and they want to be worshipped just like they want to worship Mother Mary. They want to be worshipped. Mother Mary is great. Don't get me wrong. God blessed Mother Mary. The mother of Jesus. But you don't pray to Mother Mary. I mean, come on, people. There's no marrying or giving in marriage in heaven. We'll all be changed. But notice the Gematria people worship the female goddess, Pythia. Pythia, the python snake that has multi-heads. Why do you think they do drugs? They want to get into this unseen realm. Why do you think the Pope has a telescope? Why do you think they're all connected? Clinton, Bush, Obama, they're all connected. It goes all the way back to Genesis, where they think they're, dukes and monarchs. Where do you think the O plus cult comes from? The O minus or O negative. That's a cult. Did you know that? We're of O negative. We're special. We're the O negative. That sounds like a Hitler cult to me. And so, if you're not of our bloodline, you don't have the gifts that we have. You're not O negative, so you're not like us. And they always worship the female goddess cult symbol. It's really sad. Eve is a piece cut off from Adam. She's the flesh side of Adam. Why are you worshiping the female? That's the flesh mind. Mother Earth. Why are you worshiping Mother Earth? Why are you worshiping the creation instead of the Creator? Come on, people. It's time to wake up. There's no new game. There's no new battle. If you're suspicious about something, if something's not adding up, it's either the Jesuits or the Freemasons, the Catholic or it's all a derivative from the Pentecostal came from the Catholic. The witches come from the Catholic. It's always the Catholic Church. It might be the Babylonian, the Moors, M-O-O-R, the Egyptian cult. Rihanna said, we're going to run this, mother. Right? So you got all the magician priest class consists of like 5. What? The Masons, the Jesuits, the Kabbalists, the Caliphate, the Kabbalist. And they're all connected deep down. They're all infiltrating. They're all trying to get secrets from each other. It's really sad. They're all intermingled because they all go back to the same cult, goes back to Babylon. And they're trying to bring in the 666 cube hive ecumenical movement. We're all one. If somebody says we're all one, big red flag. You must be born again. I've already said this 1,000 times. No wonder they shut me down, because they knew I saw through this game. They had to shut me down. Once you get up to about 10,000, you start reaching a lot of people, and they got to shut you down. No wonder these little independent Baptist churches don't have many people, because they know if they grow, they're going to get infiltrated anyway. It's going to be shut down anyway. This is why the saints are like all over the earth. It's like salt. You got your plate of food right there, right? And you salt it, the little pieces of salt all over the plate. I don't care if you're flat earth, hollow earth, round earth, holographic earth, simulation theory. The salt of the earth has to be spread out. Go your whole life and not even know you're surrounded by cult members. The red flags are there, and you see it. They're symbols that they use. You know that it looks like, oh, this is a cult. They're in a cult, but they don't talk about the cult. They're actually talking the opposite in a way. But it's part of the psyop to pull you in. It used to be fun, and now I'm just laughing about it because it all makes sense. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd rather be in the USA with the Catholics in charge instead of in China with whatever cult they got going on in charge. It's still related to Catholics. I don't know who the priest class is in China, but because they're still under law, you know. We got grace in the USA, the redemption. No wonder wow. When you get flooded with all these data points from the past, you know. Second wife, every time she saw Jesus still on the cross, she would just throw this little, and she would donate to the church. And I thought, okay, so why are you in a Protestant church and you don't recognize that they still show Jesus on the cross? They're mocking Jesus to your face, but you're a part. It's like, are you Catholic? But you're in a Protestant church. And I started putting all the pieces together. Oh, you're the evangelist to draw men into the Catholic Church. AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, NA, narcotic. They were all run by the same people. All the organizations, the news media. It's all the snake. It's all the snake. Why do you think the Chinese president, dictator, told Putin to listen to the U.S., just submit and do what they say? Why do you think the Chinese president said that? Because he knows they're down in South America, they're in Canada, they're in the USA, they're in Haiti, they're in England, they're in Australia, they're everywhere. And all we can do is give out the gospel, say Jesus saves, and pluck one or two out by the grace of God. Even if one gets saved out of this matriarchy matrix. It's a matriarchy. Why do you think they attack the patriarchy? The ones who attack the patriarchy the most are who? The witches. Catholic Church created witchcraft. The Pentecostals. Pentecostals created witchcraft. The effeminate Methodists. Catholic Church is a derivative of the Catholic Church. The liturgy or the formality, painted face system. It's the painted face system. And once you see it, that it's everywhere. Why would the dictator of China tell Russia to listen to what the USA is saying? Because he knows it's there's agents everywhere, even in his government. How can the Catholic Church get in to a high-level person? Through the female. That's their snake, their Hydra snake. Why do you see that the Spanish people, they worship the female? What's that about? And when you don't, when you say, wives, obey your husband, the man's the head of the house, they go insane. They think you're attacking women. You're actually trying to help women, because a lot of these cults are so deep. It's all emotions, to try to pull women into emotions to get them into the cult. And they turn it into a sex cult. And so the women, they wake up too late when they're too old to do anything about it, and then they're just kind of stuck in the cult. And they end up by themselves because they were in that cult. The New Age. Who do you think created the New Age? The Catholics. I mean, it's really sad. All these cults came out of Egypt. Spread. It's a sex cult. Worships the snake. Worships the female. Pythia. Look at, if you do a really deep search, every age had these little Pythian prophetesses, so called. And a lot of the Baptists now, they're sour. They got a sour face, but they don't need to. It was already prophesied. Give out the gospel. Be free, man. Have joy. Yeah, you're being attacked on every side, but that's all right. So was all the prophets of old. That woman in Revelation, doing two things at once. Sorry. That woman in Revelation, she's holding a cup, riding the beast, right? It's a cup. The wine cup is the blood of the saints. The true prophets, and the true prophets speaking the truth in the middle of a big, fat lying system. Is to the hilt. What do you think all the drugs are? The drugs, all the drugs, they bring them into the country to pull people into the cult. And they have to do a sacrifice too. Think about it. All these cults, they did sacrifices. So they want people to get addicted to some kind of drug. The CIA brings the drugs across the border, right? We learned that a long time ago. I don't know what cult Alex Jones is in. I hope he's really saved. He preaches Jesus. Who knows? But most of your top podcasters are in the Catholic cult. Plain and simple. But I'm not attacking them. I'm just revealing the game. You know, they do just like the Freemasons. They do a lot of good things, but good deeds ain't gonna get you to heaven. But they also do a lot of bad things behind the scenes. And what's the deal with all these skulls underneath the churches? You know, it's really sad. But once you see somebody's in a cult, what cult they're in, it's easy just to say adios and be gone. It all makes sense. And you don't look back. You don't look back. Where do you think all these flags come from? Every country has a flag. Ask yourself, why does every country have a flag? There's somebody ruling it through a huge worldwide cult. Everybody has a royal shield or something that's part of the cult. And they put it up for their name. We're of the name such and such. It's really sad. We're of the household of such and such. No different than the bloodline. We're of the bloodline. And the sad part is these Essenes and these witches and all, they attack the Catholic Church, but they're the Catholic Church created their religion. Why do you think the Jesuits went all over the whole world learning all the different religions early on? Now they don't need to go all over the whole world because they got the internet and they got technology like you can't even believe. They're actually brainwashing you through the ads that they send on your phone.